guys, Brooke here. Something is different about me. Can you guess what it is? It's because my face is like blank. I have no makeup on. I am actually doing the writing tag created by Alexa Donne, and she created the, what is it, makeup writing tag? I think it's just called makeup writing tag. The writing and makeup tag, that's the title of it, and I'm doing it today. I had always kind of wanted to do a makeup type video on my channel, and how perfect is it that there is a writing and makeup tag that I can do right now for you guys. I am getting my eyelash curler because I have like the straightest eyelashes ever on the face of the planet, and so in order for you to see them, I might need to curl them real quick for you guys. Aha! There I am. It's like so Inception right now, except I'm not dreaming, so nothing like Inception at all. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and dive into it. I'm gonna go ahead and read Alexa Donne's questions here, so that way I know the steps of what I'm needing to take to do this writing and makeup tag. Primer. What's your brainstorming process / favorite brainstorming tip? Do I even have primer? Like, I really don't even know. If I do, it's been like forever since I've used it. I always just use like setting sprays before I put on all the rest of my makeup. Mario Badescu. And it's facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. And it's just a kind of supposed to give you kind of this nice dewiness to your face. Lifting up the bangs now. Okay. I probably should go ahead and talk about writing now, shouldn't I? Oh, I'm doing bad so far. So as I'm letting this dry, because I feel like whenever you're doing setting sprays before you put on makeup, you need to have it kind of dry a little bit. Same thing with normal primer anyway. So let me talk while we wait for it to dry. My brainstorming process whenever I'm first starting to write a book, it's to where I just try and think of the characters probably first. I always try and think, who is my protagonist? What are their goals? What are they wanting to try and strive for, and what are they trying to run away from? I think of that, and also the setting. Is it like a normal type of city or town, or is the setting in a galaxy far, far away? Sorry, I have Star Wars on the brain because I'm going to see that tomorrow. Well, not Star Wars, but Solo. So whenever I'm brainstorming, it's always trying to come up with characters and the setting first. And whenever I am brainstorming, it's all in my head. I don't write it down. If I do write it down, I'm surprised that I wrote it down because I like never do. Question number 2, foundation. Are you a gardener or architect? Which kind of means pretty much, do you outline or not? Let me get my base real quick. And this is like the worst, grossest sponge. It's like so old, and look at all those cracks. Ugh. I desperately need to get a new one, but by the way, this is already wet, and so it's already a damp sponge that is good to go and good to be used. This, by the way, is L'Oreal True Match Foundation. It's the Lumi foundation, but it's the True Match Lumi base. I'm really bad at this. Alrighty, so squirt, squirt, squirt. Don't say squirt on the camera, that's gross. I actually can pretty much do this without even like needing a mirror, because I sometimes will be running late for work and I will be putting foundation on in the car as I'm driving. I know, that's like the worst thing you could ever do. Like, that is not safe at all, but I just do that because my drive to work is pretty straight. I don't really have to turn much at all. And since I'm just like, you know, just patting my face like this, I can still drive with the other hand and just keep going on my merry way to work. So I can do this pretty simply. All you gotta do is just pat, 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 pat. Back to the writing question. So, what was it? Are you a gardener or architect? So pretty much, do you outline or no? I don't outline. I am a definite pantser, more so plantser, because I will keep my ideas in my head and I will plot in my head. I just don't see the point to outlining at... I just threw my sponge. What I was trying to say was, I don't see the point in outlining at this time. I was gonna do quotes and I just throw the sponge. I don't see the point in outlining at this time because the book I am working on currently right now is a standalone book. I may make it a duology, but I really doubt I will. I really think it's gonna just be a standalone. Since it is a standalone, I do feel like that I don't need to outline. Whenever I will outline, which I'm really not looking forward to this, whenever I do and will outline for a book, it will be a book that is part of a series, because I really think that you need to be a lot more structured whenever you are writing a series. So whenever I come time to doing that, that is whenever I will outline. At this moment, since it's a standalone, I won't. And y'all, I'm sure you know I like big hair. I like tease my hair and I try and make it big because I just feel like I just have a head that needs to be bigger. No, that's not what I was trying to say. I just feel like I look better with bigger hair. That's it. I just like bigger hair. Number 3 is concealer. Love revision or hate it? What's your revision process like generally? I adore revisions. I am not one for writing the first draft of a book. I feel like I take way too long to go ahead and get through it because I'm the type that likes to make the book that I'm working on really pretty and nice and has nice flow to the words and the sentences. And whenever I'm writing a first draft, everything is just coming out blah, and it's just hard to keep writing blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? I just feel like all of the words that you're just sputtering out onto your keyboard, it just isn't the prettiness that I oh so love and enjoy to work with. So revision is the best thing ever. I need to get my concealer out already. I do use 2 different types of concealer. I just like to cover up the baggy under eye circles and stuff. The first one I am doing is Tarte Shape Tape. Ooh, I love this concealer. It just is like bam! It just really makes everything nice and poppy underneath the eyes because I need everything to be a lot lighter under there. So I'm gonna do that now. And guys, do you hear my chair? Now you don't, hold on. Anyway, so I was just gonna say sorry about the chair squeaks all the time. It's like so annoying. I need to get something to like make it to where it's not so squeaky. Revision is so much fun though. Like I will just have like the best jolly good old time with rewriting stuff and just making not just the words pretty, but the characters so much more well formatted and just more well laid out. And it's just so much more fun to build upon the bare bones of what you had done with the first draft. I just really enjoy the revision part of the whole process. It just really makes it to where that is where the writer in me lives and breathes and just loves everything ever. And I do put on concealer with my fingers. I will kind of blend it out with a sponge here in a second, but I feel like I get the most impact and bang for my buck whenever I am blending it in with my fingers first. Bam! Okay, we got that covered out of the way. Number 4, powder and its endings. Do you write chronologically or start at the end? Do you know your ending when you start? Prefer happy endings or bittersweet? That was a long question. So the powder that I love the most ever is the RCMA No Color Powder. I really adore this stuff. I just feel like this is such a great translucent powder that is always my go-to. This puff right here, I'm just gonna be like bloop, 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 bloop. And I will go ahead and first use my wet sponge. I'm gonna put the powder kind of right here on this area of the sponge. Boop! And I am going to put it underneath my eyes to go ahead and set that concealer. Otherwise, it's Crease City for the Brookster. I do like to try and put powder with my sponge on my oily places to really let that set and not have the oil stuff come out throughout the day, which it still occasionally will, especially if it's hot outside like how it is now at this time of the year. Putting on more powder, putting on more powder. Oh, I just... Putting on more powder. Oh, just... My powder just made the powder like... I am a mess today. Oh no, it got on my laptop. No, it's like everywhere. It's everywhere, guys. There's powder on my screen. Oh, God. Okay, so I'm gonna have to clean up some stuff after this video's done. Why am I such a freak, y'all? I don't know. Okay, putting powder everywhere. Putting powder everywhere. because I just do that everywhere on the face. Already such an improvement from earlier before I started doing my makeup. So right now, my face is more evened out. So, what is next? Eyebrows, yay! Okay, so number 5 is eyebrows. Titles, do you come up with them before you start, during, after? Is titling your work important to you or nah? I really like coming up with titles. Normally, I go ahead and know the somewhat like for sure title of what I'm going to do for the book I am writing. Like the book I'm writing, right now, I do have the title for it. But it depends on whenever the book is done if I'm wanting to change it up or not. The first book I ever wrote, I already knew the title from the very get-go, probably before I even started writing the thing. And so I love coming up with titles. I think it's so much fun, and it can be hard, but that doesn't mean it's not fun. Oh, by the way, what am I using? It is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. Can you see? Can you see? Oh, say, can you see my eyebrow pencil? Okay, so I'm using this, and I forgot what color this is. Taupe. It is taupe. I really love this pencil. I feel like it can like create kind of like that sharp point. Bam, like that. Does that look sharp on the camera? Probably not. Try and make this look fuller because I do have sparse eyebrow hairs. Ready? Look. Bam, bam. The eyebrow on fleek, right? I don't like saying that word. Don't say that again, Brooke. One eyebrow down, another one to go. So what I end up doing with this end of the pencil, I mainly just use it for the inner parts of my eyebrows. I try and make it look a little bit more natural on the inside of the brows right here. Just kind of make it just a little bit more fadey. See how it looks so much more natural, bam, than like harshness. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this unharsh right here on this inside. All right, does it look okay? Does it look good? Should we continue on? I say yes. Question number 6, eyeshadow. Some people go monochromatic and some people blend. Do you love big or small casts? And what's your favorite character development hack? I don't read the Game of Thrones books ever. I think that'd be the hardest thing ever to try and keep track of all of those people that are in those books because there are so many on the show, but that show is crazy to try and keep up with characters. I will say in Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling handles herself very, very well whenever she is writing her characters because they're all for the most part likable, or if they're not likable, you love to not like them. You know what I mean? I just feel like she does really well with having so many characters in her book and keeping a good handle on all of them. Let me wait and talk more after I actually start putting on eyeshadow. Oh, another mirror thing. Aha! So I use the Tarte palette and it's called Make Magic Happen. Tarte. And I actually got this through the Bookie box, and it has all of like my go-to colors that I like to use on my lids. So that was perfect to see that in the box. So what I'm gonna, oh, by the way, this is, what kind of brush are you? This is just a normal Sephora brush, and I don't know the numbers that people always say. They're like, number blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't even know how you keep track of stuff. This is just a brush. I'm gonna use this middle one to kind of go all over. Sometimes I will use eyeshadow primer, but with this palette, I feel like I like never need to. I feel like it just stays on so well. And then what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take my ring finger, put it in the white part that I'm wanting to use, and I'm gonna put it on the areas of the eye where I want it to be a little bit more of a white cast. This video is gonna be like freaking long. Right now I'm already at 47 minutes. Ugh. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Morphe brush. See, Morphe, woohoo, I do like this brush. This is like my favorite eyeshadow brush. It gets stuff where I want them to go. I'm gonna use this brush and I'm gonna go ahead and use this little more brown part right there. Boop, boop, swishing off. And I'm just gonna go right in these corners and just kind of go back and forth with it. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix this kind of reddish brown with this darker color here. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add those in. This is my go-to eyeshadow look for whenever I am wearing eyeshadow. Now I'm gonna take a blending brush, boom, and this is a NYX blending brush. This is my favorite blending brush. And now I'm just gonna kind of bloop-a-doop-a-doo, blend it all together, la 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 la, like so. I just feel like that makes it a lot less harsh and it looks a lot more natural. Finishing off that question is I prefer a small cast. Now number 7 is eyeliner. What is the hardest thing for you to write? The eyeliner I will be using is by Essence, and it's a waterproof liquid eyeliner. And I love this. This is cheap, hella cheap, y'all. I think this is like $3, and this is my go-to eyeliner every single day. The hardest thing for me to write, I really don't know. I want to say, oh no, I messed up already. No, why? Get away, get away. Talking and doing makeup is a harder challenge than it looks, people. It's hard. I really think writing actions, oh God, I keep messing up. I do want to say that action scenes are the hardest for me to write. I feel like that's pretty common with writers. I feel like trying to explain what is happening while also not explaining over too much of like what action movements are happening. By the way, that was me punching, if you didn't know what I'm doing. But I just feel like over-explaining the action scenes are bad, and not explaining enough is not enough for the readers to know what all is going on in the action scene. So I feel like that's probably the hardest thing for me to write. Question number 8, mascara. Give me my eyelashes back, y'all. Do you write long or short? What's your typical first draft word count? I will use this one, Monsieur Big. That's what it's called. Monsieur Big, and it's by Lancome. Lancome, however you say it, and that's waterproof too. I am a definite overwriter. I write so much more than is needed. I'm that type of person where after the first draft is done, that I can go ahead and delete a couple chapters if need be. If it's not necessary, then I'll delete it. Which that sounds pretty typical pantser, right? I mean, you will just write whatever you kind of are feeling like you should, and if it's not needed, then you can just scrap it later. Okay, so there is another thing that I like to do. It's not mascara, but it is regarding lashes. I love putting on fake lashes. I started doing that just this year. I just feel a whole lot more confident in myself. I just feel like I'm more all that and stuff whenever I have fake eyelashes on. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those on now. I have my glue. Oh, I should probably show you. It's Duo glue. It's a brush-on adhesive, dark. So this is like a glue that comes out like a blue-black color rather than a white. And so now we wait. And I just have to, no, I dropped it, no! Got on my desk. I am making such a mess today at my workstation. My laptop still has some powder on the keys. I'll have to clean that up. But anyway, you just kind of let it dry for like 20 seconds or so. I used to wear my eyelashes a lot more longer on the ends to where there was more of that curl up look at the ends going that way. But I try and cut that a little bit more so down because I felt like it looked a little too fakey still. But now I feel like I have perfected my look that I like with the eyelashes that I usually get. And I'm out and I don't have the box anymore of the type that I get, so I can't show you, but I get them at Ulta. But yeah, I just like pretty much just like so easy like that, just popped them into place. And you can tell the difference pretty easy. It still, in my opinion, looks pretty natural and pretty decently like not so fakey looking. Gonna go ahead and put on the second eyelash. Okay, so there is that other one there. I feel like this side's a little bit more curled up, but not too big a deal. I can just kind of go like that with it and put it up a little bit more. So bam, there's my eyes. Everything is coming together. I normally don't take this long for, oh my gosh, I'm at 1 hour and 20 minutes, guys. This is taking so long to try and talk my way through all this. Finally, number 9 is contour. Tell us about the dark parts of your book. Who is your villain, antagonist? What dark, creepy, tough things do your characters face? Getting out my contour. Okay, so I am using a brush. It's a Morphe brush, and it's just like your basic like blush brush or bronzer brush. Oh, and by the way, I am using butter bronzer, and I forget what the brand is. Physicians Formula. Butter bronzer has the best smell ever. It smells like a coconut tropical bronzer paradise. I know you shouldn't put bronzer like all over, but this is a very subtle bronzer that I feel like just gives me the color that I want, and I don't, in my opinion, I don't overdo it. I just kind of put it on, making my skin just look a little bit more tan, and then I'm done. So that was just kind of like a really quick, just like making it where I'm all bronze goddessy and stuff. Then I'm gonna use, wait, I should probably talk about writing here. What was it? Tell us about the dark parts of your book. I've got vampires in my book, and that, I don't want to tell you lots of things though, because it's like, I feel like I have a somewhat unique way of how my vampires, like how they're able to become vampires. I feel like it's a very unique way of how it happens, and so I don't want to go into that. But there's a lot of dark stuff that happens throughout my book. There's lots of deaths, and there's lots of ways of killing that are pretty like gruesome and everything. So it's not a book that's going to be for everybody, because it's not for the faint of heart. I mean, you kind of have to like death and stuff. Not that you like death, but you like to read about death and fiction type stories. That's always fun, right? I just feel like that's all I want to say right now. And also, I am still in the middle of writing this book, and so the first draft of it anyway, and so I don't want to like say a couple things that I feel like are going to happen and then eventually they don't end up happening, if that makes sense. I don't know. I just don't want to dive into too much stuff that might possibly change later on. And so now I'm going to do a little bit more bronzer right up here, and this is the NYX matte bronzer. I got this on clearance at Ulta. I got this on clearance at Ulta, and so I don't even know if they have this for sale anymore because it was on clearance. But yeah, this is just a good overall nice bronzing thing, and I'm using a Morphe brush, one that's more for contouring because it's got that slant to it. Guys, do I look more normal to you right now? Do I look like the Brooke you all have come to know and love? Okay, so the next one is blush. This is number 10. Who are you most scared to share your work with? Ooh, that's a good question. I forgot about this one on her tag. This is like the oldest thing ever, and it's so gross. Like, look at it. It just looks gross right there. But it's a NYX, oh, here it is. It's NYX Baked Blush Illuminator plus Bronzer. Why is it an illuminator and bronzer when it's just a blush pink thing? That's weird. Who am I most scared, and I use my same brush as I do with my contour, who am I most scared to share my work with? That's a really good question. God. I don't think I would say my family. I think I more so would be scared to show my work to people who watch my channel, to people who are writers, because I feel like writers are more so critiquey of other people's work because they are writers themselves. I feel like I put on way too much makeup now. It's like putting on this makeup, it's making me question like, is this too much? Because I don't put on makeup in this lighting. And so I do it in my bathroom, and right now I'm just like, it's all over the place. Or is it not? Does it look good or not? I don't know, I just feel like the scariest thing would be to show people who watch my channel and they think, oh my gosh, she talks about writing all the time. She should be good at writing, right? I mean, that kind of makes me nervous, because what if I'm not everybody's cup of tea? What if they don't like my writing style? Everyone has a different way of liking to read a book and likes different styles of reading. It just makes me scared for people who I call friends, who are fellow YouTubers, to read a book of mine, because I would want them to like it and I would want them to give me their honest opinion, but at the same time I would be scared to get their honest opinion because I know they'll be honest with me. I don't want things to be sugar-coated. I want people to tell me how they feel. I would be scared to show it to them the most. Okay, so this one isn't as fun, but it kind of is at the same time. Number 11, which is highlighter. It's your favorite type of scene to write. And I say this one isn't as fun because I just don't like to use highlighter. I don't like to have that fakey look. I mean, I will do it every so often, but I don't really do it every so often. But my favorite scene to write is probably like romance scenes. Scenes that are going to be like, I'm slowly putting in more build up to two character love interests getting together, or there's like scenes of where they're talking and they're getting to know each other more, and then whenever it's like building up more to other scenes down the road where they're finally gonna kiss or they're finally gonna like do something or whatever. I just feel like it's just so much fun to write romance scenes, whether they be kissing or just two characters just like having their bond grow even more. I just love scenes where, not love scenes, but love romantic scenes like that. And number 12, which is lipstick. Yes, give me my lips. Oh crap, I just said this. Writing kissing scenes, love or hate, how do you tackle them? I love kissing scenes and to write them. I think I had kind of somewhat gone over this, but yeah, I love to write scenes of where people are kissing. I feel like there's lots of different ways you could go about writing that. Sometimes that is hard to write kissing scenes, but I still love to do it. Like I said, they are hard to write. I mean, you don't want it to be corny sounding, and you're also wanting to nail these kissing scenes because you're wanting your protagonist to be happy with their love person, and you're just wanting everything to come together and just have them have a happy moment. Writing kissing scenes is so much fun. I definitely enjoy it, but like I said, it is very hard sometimes. I was about to end my video and I was like, wait, my lips, they're not done. So the lipstick I always use for my YouTube videos, I usually am always wearing this. L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick. I love this. This stays on so well. I don't think I'm gonna be good at talking while I'm putting this on, so I'm just gonna put it on, and I'm glad I already answered this question here. So let me go ahead and wrap this part up. There you go. I am done. Done with this. Yeah. Brooke is back. Back again. Brooke is back. Makeup on. Flicking my hair to be funny, and I've never had this happen before. I kept flicking my hair and my hair got caught in my eyelash, and whenever I flicked my hair like this, my eyelash tore off. And I don't know where it is. Where did it go? No! I don't see it. I don't see it. Wait, is that it? No. Is it there? Is that it? No, it's still not it. Where is it? Got it right here. Wow, I've never had that happen before. My hair got stuck in my eye, and whenever I was flicking it, trying to be funny, it tore completely off. I thought I was done, and my computer is still powdery. So, while I'm waiting for my glue to dry, I guess I'll go ahead and just start to sign off here. So, if you liked this video today, feel free to give me a big thumbs up down below, and also feel free to subscribe. The button should be over here for subscribing. Y'all should totally follow me on social media. I am on Instagram and Twitter for the most part, so totally look for me there. Should I go ahead and put this on before I say bye? Let me just go ahead and do it so I look complete. Success! Thank you all so much for stopping by today, and I will see you next time.